Hello and welcome to the 24th episode of the Talking Wednesday podcast. 24, yeah. I think coming up to our 25th episode. I'm glad this one's not the 25th because it would be an absolute mess of a 25th episode of the podcast. I am Dexterity Box, as always, joined by Jake PunkChef41.
Hey guys, how are we all doing?
How's your week been, mate?
Not bad actually. I finally got the letter through from the mortgage thing, so I'm locked in for 5 years, so really happy. And I've been dismantling a shed all week. So
You've been sending me pictures of you with hammers, and it's very concerning, Jake. You shouldn't put that in someone's inbox. Just you holding absolute weapons. That sounds like a different kind of night. But yeah, I've seen that you've been doing a bit of DIY.
Yeah, the plan is to knock
weather.
down the shed at the bottom of my garden and rebuild something better eventually.
That's fair.
But
that's fair.
I have enjoyed the weather, and then the weather's gone to this. Like, we're back to autumn, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, I don't know though, mate. It was still like hot today. If you were where I was, it was still hot.
Well, it was still quite humid.
I've not actually got really greasy hair. I've literally got straight out of the shower, put my hair up and started this podcast because otherwise we were going to miss our first episode ever. And I'm trying to delay the inevitability of us missing an episode for as long as possible. Yeah. But it was kind of like, we'll record this now or I ain't getting it.
How's your week been, apart from knackered, because you look shattered?
I'm very tired. It's been long, and it's just a case of I'm doing work on Saturday this week, and that is actually something that I might be doing in other bits, or Saturday or a Sunday or something. So it's a case of my weeks are very long now. Yeah. It will be rewarding, I'm sure, at some point, but I'm coming to a stage where I'm looking at trying to. I'm becoming an adult properly now. Obviously, me and Soph would like to become more adult with things. It's also our anniversary this week, and I'm working on our anniversary. So if I did this podcast tomorrow night, which is when I probably could have said, "Oh, you know what? I'm too tired. I've got loads of planning to do tonight. Let's do it tomorrow."
Yeah.
Then I'd have literally got home at like 6:30 tomorrow and gone straight on the podcast on our actual anniversary, and not, actually.
Happy anniversary to you both.
That probably wouldn't have gone down too well, though. Do you know what I mean?
No.
I've already forgot to buy her a card 3 times, and I'm getting grief for that. I've got one last chance tomorrow, so that's.
Sophie, apologise if it comes from the petrol station on the way home.
No, it's coming. Well, I went to the romantic. I went to Morrison's especially today. And then I just picked up our tea. On my lunch, I was like, I'll get it all done. It's sorted, I don't need to worry about it. Of course, I walked out forgetting the card, which then, as she found out about, decided that was a good point to tell me that clearly that's how much I care. And she's joking, by the way.
Yeah.
She's not, but she's joking.
She was doing the sarcastic, jokey bit, but then it also then hits you going, I'm trying.
She knows I'm working too much this week. To be fair, we wanted to go away for the weekend. Everywhere's really expensive. Yeah. I've always done staycations, but now everybody's got to do staycations. Yeah. Everywhere I love to go is really expensive, right? So we've not really been in the situation to do that. So we just said this weekend we'll just book somewhere, not for this weekend. Yeah. I'll take this work, and then we'll just book somewhere down the line.
I thought you were going to say you were going to get a tent, put it in back garden for potential at download.
No. A lot of festivals getting cancelled again as well, aren't
they?
Yeah,
they are.
That's joyous. But to be honest, I'm too fat to gig at the minute. I need to sort it out. I'm not. To be honest, I'm getting better. The amount of I've probably dropped quite a lot of weight this last fortnight alone. Yeah. Because I'm just getting back at stuff. But I'd still struggle to do a level of intensity I used to do on stage. Yeah. But yeah. I've still got the green screen up because I've not really. This office is becoming an absolute mess. So
I wonder what we'll have this week, because you were a cloud last week.
Yeah, I'll probably use the same one.
I'm
because
not going to lie, you look like one of these gurus, for business, going, I'm going to teach you how to not be stressed.
So here's how you get into our pyramid scheme. First, it comes from finding it within yourself, and then you build the confidence and you fulsome, gullible people on Facebook that you went to school with if you've not spoken to for about 10 years, and you go, "Hey, babe, what you up to now? Have you heard about my beauty regime?"
Yeah, that's about it.
That's that sort of thing. Yeah. Pyramid schemes.
Yeah.
I think my mobile phone number might have been sold as well because I'm getting a lot. Are you getting a lot of scam calls recently?
Yes, hell of a lot.
I got one today claiming to be from a survey, and I was like, started shouting random addresses at me trying to find out my address. And I just got to a point where I don't answer numbers I don't know now unless they leave a message. I'm that age now.
Yeah, I'm at that age where even if they leave a message, I don't answer it.
No, if they leave a message, I'll probably call them back, but nobody leaves a message.
No.
So they don't get called back. If I don't have your number saved in my phone, and there's only about 26 numbers in my phone, probably. If you're not one of those 26 people, I might know you and your number might not, it might not be saved in my phone. I don't have Jake's number saved in my phone. But like, unless you're one of those people that gets a name coming up, it's not getting answered.
Yeah.
And then if you don't leave a message, it's never getting answered. So.
Well, I have it now when I get the phone call, have you been in an accident recently or something? I always do go down the line of, yes, I have. It was a terrible accident. My little girl was in the car and we were outside in the garden. Can you come and clear up the mess because it's everywhere? We have to put the wheel back on the toy car. And then they hang up with going, oh, I feel awful now.
Jesus Christ.
I don't make them feel awful.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I was gonna take it to dark places, but we won't. Right. Yep. So, I've let Jake pretty much run the show this week. I mean, we're still running it the same way as we always do, but we are 24 episodes in. So Jake's had 24 weeks of watching how I format a show. So I think very much the only thing I have added to it is the international talk.
Yep.
Everything, and I had a quick glaze of it and looked and gone, just to make sure everything I really wanted to speak about was in there, but I knew you'd have that anyway.
Yeah.
And I must say, I've got to give him some props. Like, I'm really proud of Jake this week looking at the document because he's tried to word it like I word the document to make my life easier. Yeah. So I do appreciate that.
No worries, man. The only thing that's not in here is pictures. But I didn't know if
we'll talk about fixtures. That's fine. Lots to talk about. No new reviews this week so far. We're recording this on the Friday, going out on the Sunday. There's nothing really. There's going to be stuff that we miss because there's so much news coming out of Wednesday this week. There's going to be stuff that breaks even after this podcast is recorded.
It's been a busy week, actually.
It has. It's the worst week to have all this news.
Anyone goes on my channel.
Yeah, the channel that puts out the video about Windass literally in the same half an hour span of I've just put the podcast video about Windass, and I go, are you actually taking the mick now? Because in fairness, we both benefit from when you let the videos breathe a little bit.
I know.
So please let them breathe, especially if they're about the same thing.
The problem is that was breaking. That was literally a breaking.
I don't care. I wanted to break you. I was like, are you serious? But no, it's all good fun. Jake's for some reason found energy from somewhere and decided to make videos.
Yeah.
I've not made an actual channel video for about 2 weeks. To be fair, that's about standard for me. The reason I'm more active on this channel now is because of the podcast. Yeah. Which is kind of a good thing in a way, because people kind of like get a bit of content from me every week. Whereas before, I'd just not. Because I'd be busy and my videos would get planned out and things.
I always go busy between this period, or I either go dead, and it all depends on what state Sheffield Wednesday in, and we know what state they're in at the minute, so it's a lot of videos at the minute.
Right. Just a correction from last week. I've got to clear this up sort of thing. I'm going to try and do corrections when I see things. I don't know where you got the 2.4 million bid from Windass, but because I was so tired, I didn't pull you up during the podcast as we were going because that was the one you brought in. Where did you get the 2.4 million estimate from?
I got that from a journalist, I know.
Okay, cool. Well, that's fair enough. That's all I wanted to hear. We didn't mention it in the podcast. But then obviously it came out that like apparently the first one was.
We'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah. But I just wanted. anything we're going to try and correct in it. There has been some snarkiness in the comments recently, just trying to correct everything we do. We're like, I'm running on a little sleep. There's a chance I'm just going to tell you to, yeah, right. England, starting with the international stuff again. Oh God.
We got a kind of big game coming up, and we're like,
yeah, we did all right against the Czechs.
Wasn't that bad a game actually?
No, he's still playing Sterling, and Sterling scored again, and Sterling, I guess you could say he's not letting England down, but
it's still a gripe with you, isn't it?
Yes, because he's still not. There's still so many players that could perform better in that position for me in the squad, and the fact that Foden wasn't in the squad at all, and I know he said it was because he was on a yellow and he wasn't risking him for the knockouts. But like now, people are calling for Saka to go in.
Saka had a fantastic game.
He did, but I still want Foden and Grealish in. I want to see Foden and Grealish play together.
You will.
I'm not going to get
it. Man City.
That's true. That's actually true. That could be a front three of Foden, Grealish, and Kane, couldn't it?
Yep.
That'd be interesting. Jesus. To be honest, I kind of want it because the more we get English talent under one club and one philosophy, the more that's going to do better when Southgate gets sacked and they bring in a manager who actually lets them play like they want to.
It would be a lot easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah. The reason I'm saying that, right? Okay, because I'm just saying if we beat Germany, it's coming home, right? If we beat Southgate, you're the one. This is the fickleness of football fans.
Yeah.
However, we aren't going to know that. That's going to be next podcast. We're going to England are probably out.
More than likely.
Out of all those teams, though, the three, Germany, Portugal, and France, Germany's probably the best we could have got.
Yeah, because they're a little bit hit and miss this year, aren't they? In this kind of thing, they kind of still got that.
Well, they nearly got dunked out by Hungary.
They still got this lump to them, which I'm starting to think probably giving Lowe still that time to like have his last on may have been a mistake, kind of thing, and just got your new man in ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though it must really annoying that he's like there in the dugout and he goes, "Oh, look at there, I'm replacing you," because he's at the game watching in the box with Germany FA, and it must be doing edit. It must be doing his head in.
It is a bit weird. I just think I'm going to enjoy it. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy it. I reckon we might nick it. I would love to see him take the shackles off and go for it. Right?
Yeah, but you know what can happen? We'll take shackles off, go for it, and we'll get stuffed, and then people will be like, "Well, he did what you said."
We wouldn't, though.
I'm thinking.
In my opinion, we can outscore the Germans. However, if we lose, I'm waiting for the first time. You know, we've lost to the Germans when the first thing you see is a tweet going, "Well, we won the war." You wait for that every time.
Or you'll have someone again. But if we win, you know what it'll be? Somebody will have a picture with a beach towel on a thing with an England flag. That'll be it.
To be honest, because have you seen the path after Germany?
Couldn't we get Wales or something if they win, isn't it?
We could end up with Wales in the semis. Yeah. So England route to the final. Let's get it up. So if we beat the Germans, I think the next round it's potentially next round.
Yeah.
It'll be Sweden or Ukraine.
Right.
That's the quarters. The semi-final would be Wales, Denmark, or the Netherlands or the Czech Republic. Now, the Netherlands, obviously, are a decent outfit, but they're beatable again.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, the final could be... anyone.
Could you imagine if Denmark actually win this? How much achievement that will be after what basically happened?
Denmark aren't going to win this.
No, but imagine if they did. I'm saying imagine if that was the kind of thing.
Yeah, that would be amazing for the sentiment, but I've watched Denmark. They aren't winning this tournament.
They've got a mistake in them.
I will give us some credit in certain things, because if this wasn't England that had coasted the way through the group like we did, we would be saying that oh, well, that looks like a team who's just getting the job done, and now they're going to kick it on into the knockout games. Any other country other than England, we'd be saying that.
Yeah.
But also,
England.
we know it's England, and we are seeing the reluctance to play our attacking options. The annoying thing will be is if he's been that defensive and that boring in the groups, and the defensive nature of the England squad doesn't benefit us against the Germans. Because it could also come back to bite us, because if we do a 0-0, it's penalties against the Germans.
Yeah, let's not do that, England. Please.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Right. From potential misery to more potential misery, because it's Sheffield Wednesday at the minute. I probably shouldn't say that with a smile. I'll get grief. But it's because people actually think that I enjoy this. But no, it's looking more positive around the club, so we can joke again without getting our heads bitten off. It'll be lovely.
Yeah.
However, the Barry Bannan interview with Scotland's ruffled a few feathers. We said we'd talk about it. We were asked to talk about it as well. Yes, the community tab is not here this week. We'll do a bumper community tab next week, so make sure you're subscribed, and that's the way you can post and get your topics on the show. But Barry Bannan's been speaking with BBC Scotland. He said regarding the situation at Sheffield Wednesday, it's been tough. Last year was hard for us. We had a points deduction and stuff. So we were on the back foot straight away. We ended up getting relegated, which is never a great part of your career, especially when you're a bit older as well. I've got 2 years left. I signed a new deal halfway through last season, so we'll just see what happens. We start back on Friday, so I'm looking forward to getting back in. I'm keeping myself fit, and then I'll go back and see what happens. So, obviously, this talking with BBC Scotland then came out, and they went, oh, so he's going then, I didn't necessarily read it like that.
I didn't.
Or listen to it like that.
I read it as that there's a lot of changes going on behind the scenes that we've not had at Wednesday for a long time. And you got to remember, he's turning into one of our longest serving players. So there's going to be people that have been there since he's been there, like, say, coaches or medical, who have been there for a while. And now it's been ripped up and going, it's not worked. We got relegated. Let's change it up. That's how I I didn't read it as him going. I read it
as like when people are saying that he was talking about people leaving, they were going, oh, so players are going then. He was like, well, no, it'll be staff that are leaving, because the side that doesn't get looked at in football is that when you get relegated, even though it's ridiculous because you'll still pay players quite a bit of money,
you're gonna get
staff lose their jobs.
Yeah. And
so people leave, and you can employ. Clubs do this weird thing where they think they don't need as many staff, so they just sack them off, and their staff are the ones that don't get paid as much. It's more obviously the coaches get paid a fair bit, so if it's coaches, that's a different thing. But there is genuine there's people on the turnstiles, the steward. There's less of all of that, believe it or not, because they expect less demand for it.
Yeah,
less people in the door. They don't need those positions. It's sad behind the scenes of football, and if you've watched a few football docs, you'll see how it happens, especially the Sunderland one.
Yeah, I was just about to say the Sunderland one. Like, I was speaking to a Sunderland fan earlier, and he was saying that they just started rehiring some of those people they let go under the old ownership into their old positions because they got the money to. And I think that's where I understand people seeing it, and because of Wednesday's situation, we do need money. It would be one of our sellable assets, but why would you sign a 2-year deal with the club to then be told that you're getting sold? Even if you go down. That interview he did when he signed it, he said, I'll play even if we're in League One.
Yeah. But people have made out like he wants to leave. I didn't get any of that from this.
I think
you know what
I got for it? I just got it was someone who got sick of talking about Wednesday and want to crack on and refix it.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think he'd want to talk about Scotland at the minute.
No.
Yeah, to be honest either. That wouldn't be great either.
No.
Oh, a lot of polish for that 0-0 trophy, I guess. They're going to need it. Awkward, isn't it? But I did read something funny the other day on Twitter. I forgot your wife's Scottish. I'm getting grief. I'm not getting grief. You might get grief by proxy. But it's all right if you've actually bought the new Euro shirt, because there's a 14-day returns policy. So you're sorted, However, they probably won't take it back now your tears have soaked into it. So, yeah, Bannan, I don't think he wants to leave.
No.
I think he could be one of our sellable assets. I think that could be a thing. I think what he was saying there was a case of he'll need to know if he can actually still stay at the club and the club aren't going to cash out on him, because I think what happens at clubs in situations like this is there's no love lost in a way of sort of, well, we need the money. You're an asset in this regard. We need you to go and make us some money. So I don't know what do you vibe off it? What do you think is going to happen here?
I'm wondering if there's going to be a structure saying if a good offer comes in, we will have to sell you, but it's got to be a decent amount. You got to remember, I think we rejected like 1 million, 1.5 when Brentford were after him at one point. He's an older player. The problem you've got with Wednesday when it comes to selling players, what we think the value is of fans, and then what Chansiri wants the valuation to be, and they're two separate things. And we've seen in the past it's very wide of the mark. Like you could get a lot of money for, say, Windass, which we'll speak about again later, and Bannan, and do really well with the money you got in that. That can go a long way in League One. But you put that money in the Championship, it doesn't even touch it. You know what I mean? It makes you wonder what's going to be said. I'm hoping it's positive news and it's like, this is a situation, because he will be our highest earning player at the club. Now.
He will. Yeah, no, he definitely is. But I still think that, like, you keep a spine of Windass, Bannan, Iorfa. I think that's a decent basis for League One to build on, really. So yeah, I don't think he wants to go. I think we'll be all right. But yeah, I will say, as we end this topic, you don't need to come for me, Scotland fans. It is banter. There is a very high chance we're getting dunked out by Germany. So can't really say much. However, it was there. To be honest, I've just let down a quarter of my heritage as well. Let's be honest. But I picked my side for the Euros, and I've picked my side in life in football. So stick true to it and have the banter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Wednesday. This is from Gloucestershire Live.
Yep.
Are in a tug of war with 3 clubs for a Barnsley winger. We're in a tug of war. A tug of war. For a Barnsley winger.
Yeah.
A same Barnsley winger that when their manager left them, they now think Frank Lampard's coming.
Oh, I heard that Darren Moore's up for it as well.
I saw Frank Lampard.
Wilder.
I saw Wilder was one. And I was like, hang on. People said we were getting carried away after like one good season, and then we had a second good season, right? Yeah. Barnsley have had one good season. They nearly got relegated the season before.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be an arse here, right? But like, when I saw the names linked, I was like, yes, but you've still... The thing is, the reason I actually looked at it, and I was kind of worried for the Barnsley situation, I've got some Barnsley mates, you know? And as much as football banter's there, you do want to see all clubs do well in some regards, but I mean, to be honest, they've got an unnecessary level of hate for us, like Rotherham do. So I don't get that. But still, it's that manager was getting them overachieving. That's the issue you've got, right?
It was Carlos first season.
Yeah, but then again, Carlos did it for the second season.
Yeah,
they needed their manager to stay and do it for another season because he was doing it without. Barnsley haven't got money.
They just lost the CEO to Nottingham.
The thing is, I've seen it happen in clubs. You have one good season and then you fracture.
Yeah.
Right? Because things go... People always say it about the 90s team that got Wednesday up.
Yeah.
They say we broke that team apart too soon.
Yeah.
We let that team fall apart too soon. And that's when the wheels started to come off. That could easily happen to Barnsley. But the current situation we're in is we're in League One.
This is what we're at.
And we are going for Luke Thomas. So what do you know about Luke Thomas?
Not a great deal, to be fair. He has had a good spell at Barnsley and done well. Now, when he has played, he's very attacking. He can get down that wing. Now, what one of my Barnsley mates said is that he's one of their players can get lost at times. He can get a little bit lost. But out of the 3 clubs, it's us, Rovers, and Bristol Rovers. And Bristol Rovers are in League 2. So they got
Right,
Joey
hang on.
Barton.
Have you just said us Rovers and Bristol Rovers?
Yeah, Donny Rovers.
Right. I'm making a podcast executive decision. They're called Donny.
Donny. Fair enough.
Okay, thank you. Carry on.
So it's between Donny, us, and Bristol Rovers. Now, I don't know how much true the link will be to take him down into League Two. It depends on what they want to do with his development, kind of thing. It could be they want him to go get it that ye old. Do you want a player to go get battered and learn how to play a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
So it will be interesting to see what happened because Barnsley, but they could also change because Barnsley are now looking for a new manager. So this link could completely be dead because that whole thing is someone coming in and going, right, I'm clearing the deck, we're starting afresh. You know what I mean? I
get you. Do you know how old it is? 1999. Yeah. Jesus Christ, he's young.
Yep.
I say he's young. He's technically not young. I'm just getting old. 22. He is young. He is young, so it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
So we do need a winger. We did make very clear that we don't have wing options. I'll pull my FIFA stats for him like I always do. He's an 83 pace, 60, and people thought 83 rated for a second there. No, he's 67 rated. And they've got him down as an actual sort of wide midfielder. Is he more of a wild midfielder than a winger?
I'd say he's a winger. From what I've seen and what my mates have said, they say he's a winger.
Fair enough. FIFA's not always it's very often not statually correct. But the formation at Barnsley might have been more of a wild midfielder cutting in sort of thing. So we'll have to see. I don't know a lot about him. As I said, Punk's put a lot of a document together today. So you rely on his knowledge and what he's brought to the podcast today. But we're in for a Barnsley winger. We'll see what happens. And we're in for a former Rotherham player as well.
I'm not even going to attempt his name.
Matthew Olasunde.
Thank you. I just know him as Ollie if he just signs.
So the Star have reported that we are after a young wide player in Matthew Olasunde. What do you know about Matthew Olasunde?
Well, he played against us. He looked good. He played against us twice. He was really good. He was fast. He was quick. The only thing I've got here where...
Oh, he's the American lad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the American lad. Yeah, like, is he a free agent now?
He's a free agent. He hasn't signed a deal at Rotherham.
Oh, I'm telling you, though. By the time this breakout comes out, they're going to be like, oh, well, he's gone, because it looks like Preston are going to pip us to the post.
Again?
Again.
Oh, God.
So, Preston have got Sepp Vandenberg?
What?
Right.
Okay.
Apparently. Okay.
Preston are going for it this year.
Yeah, signing Izzy Brown as well. Apparently they're closing in, and Preston are closing in on their fourth signing of the summer transfer window.
Yeah, you notice how that kind of went. Yeah, they got Izzy Brown, well, and then went off. You know what can happen? He's going to turn into a world beater like he did at Huddersfield.
Yeah, probably. Setback Vandenberg's on loan there. Obviously, yeah. I did think he would be. But apparently they want Olasunde, because that's the thing, Olasunde, I looked at it and I do know a little bit about him, as you said, I thought this would be a decent free.
Yeah.
But unless he wants to stick in the area, he's probably off to Preston. Why would he care? He's American.
Why would he want to stay in Rotherham or Sheffield? No offense to Sheffield and Rotherham. I mean, he's American.
Preston is not like Preston ain't Barcelona.
We're digging a hole here. Shall we get out the hole?
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying you're slagging off Sheffield here, lad. I'm just saying, like, Preston ain't exactly Barcelona, and it's not like there's that much of a deal.
Now the next story in there, there's another one that's a bit more positive with it as well. So if you want to go skip that one, it go further down.
Hang on, I will say you are leading the stories here, but you don't know how breakouts work. I have to end the topics if they're going to be individual videos.
I know. Oh yeah, yeah.
That's the end of the breakout. Jesus Christ.
Been a long week.
It has, but yeah, I like how you're trying to flow it. But I've still got to get the breakout. I've still got to edit this and get the breakouts out of it, so we've actually got content coming out. But yes, let's actually talk about that deal for Charles Hagan. So go for it.
So during the week, it got announced by Joe Cran that a deal was looking like it was going to be sort of for him. And I think it was either today or yesterday. I think it was today. It come out that he has agreed
Friday,
a deal.
25th.
He had agreed a deal with Josh Rayner, and there's also a deal for Josh Daewoo. Agent said that's going to get done too. So these are young players who have been in our under 23s, under 18s, who I've seen Charles Hagan play. He is an absolute monster. He is a strong kid on the ball. He's 19, he's a striker, and he's what we need. If Moore going to go down the route that he's done at Donny, where he was using the youth team academy, going through, getting them out, saying, right, you ready, you can play, he's one for it. And let's be fair, we're not in a position to be picking and choosing. If this lad is going to sign, well, brilliant. And I can only think it because we've offered him 13 football because Brentford, Palace, Crystal Palace and Leicester City were names that were linked with him possibly going. So I'm just wondering if it's one of those things, but please make sure the good deal's in front of him. So if he does have a good season, we can sell him on for a bit.
Yeah, it'd be good to see that happen because there's also, as we talk about all this, there's still bids coming in for Josh Windass. The second Millwall bid's now being rejected, apparently around $1 million. Right, the first one came in at about $500,000. The second one came in at $1 million. Obviously, what Punk heard there was sort of like, I think it's got to be the add-ons that you heard before that would have brought things up. They don't want to pay a bigger upfront fee for it. But I still think he can't go for anything less than 3. In the situation we're in, we've not got a striker.
And at the moment,
we can't sell our only one.
It is sounding like Chansiri doesn't want to sell him. It sounds like we're putting a clear standoff, he's not for sale. Which I think... But you're going to shock some people because we do need to sell it. As much as this is going to sound daft, we need to sell somebody in this window or a couple in this window just so because we don't know what we're working with. Transfer budget. Normally, we have a rough idea what he's going to be working with each manager. And also, we're still in a transfer embargo. Please get the accounts in now. It's getting annoying because this is something that should be done. They are meant to be in on Tuesday. That is the deadline, I believe.
We'll see. I've also just cracked my neck on microphone, so I wonder if that's been picked
lovely.
up.
ASMR.
Yeah. But no, I usually get a pretty good gate on here. It should be fine. But I think that you've just got to look at it. We've got one striker. We can't get rid of him.
No. And he had a very good season last season, considering how bad we were.
We keep talking every week, Jake, about bringing players back to Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be the players that we're linked with.
Yeah.
Worth mentioning that Reed has just become a coach. People thought he was coming to us. He's become a player coach at Dover, so no, he's not coming back to us. Some people are actually going, I really wanted him to come back and play for us. I was like, he's 33 and he's played non-league.
He's not had the greatest kind of... Yeah, that would be a big step up.
I mean, Reeder's a dude. Yeah, but like, it's still League One, right?
Yeah.
There's still... If he's been playing that level, we can't... We even on sentiment, you can't have him back in, so... But apparently we can have John Bostock. So
do you remember John Bostock when he was at Wednesday?
Is it Bostock? I probably said it wrong. Yeah. That season, I went a lot that season.
He wasn't anything special.
But I don't. He played for us like 4 times, didn't he?
Yeah. Very much so. Yeah, 4 times.
And because it was the 2012 season. Was it the 2011-12? Yeah, that season I was at college, 6th form, whatever. So I was still going a lot.
A lot of Donny.
Season
He
tickets,
was at Donny last season. Didn't get a deal, which makes you wonder why didn't you get a deal if a lot of fans rated him. But Moore brought him in. And more liked him, and it sounds like they've got a good relationship. I don't know if this is one of those situations where the players got a good relationship with Darren Moore. Darren Moore got a good relationship with the player from his former time at Donny, that it might work because he already knows how Moore's going to play. If you're going to have that kind of player, that's going to sit in that already knows how more style of play is, it might be handy, if you know what I mean. And he's a free agent. I think he's 29.
I was about to say, I thought he was like 33. He's 29.
Yep.
I thought he was 47.
No, 29.
Oh, do you want to look at this career?
Oh, it's long gone. Go for it.
Midfielder. Started at Palace in 2007. Well, went through the youth, came through for 2007. Then Tottenham, no appearances. He was at Tottenham for 5 years. Made no appearances for the team. Went on loan to Brentford, Hull, us, 4 appearances. Then Swindon for 11. And then Toronto in 2013. Then he signed for Royal Antwerp. 31 appearances, 1 goal. Went to... is it Laven, is how you say it?
I think so.
2014 to 2016, 51 appearances, 18 goals. Not bad. What league are they in? It looks French or German. One of the Belgian.
Wait, is it OH? Yeah, that's the team Herf went to.
Oh, what? It's Leicester's sister club.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay. As in which Hurst?
George Hurst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is the sister club, yeah. He went there. He's good goal scorer from midfielder there. He got 18 goals. But Then he went to Lens for two years, between 2016 and 18. 42 appearances, 5 goals. Then he went to Bursaspor in 2018, made 8 appearances, no goals. Then Toulouse. Forest, 2019, 27 appearances, no goals. And then Donny in 2021. Has he been released by Donny?
Yep.
He's been released by Donny and we're picking him up.
By the sounds of it, yep. You got to remember with everything that, A, it's all speculation, but B...
I hate being a Sheffield Wednesday fan.
Until we get our accounts in, we can only go for free agents, technically. And if free agents, it's just... It is what it is at the minute. It's not great.
He signed an 18-month contract with Donny this January. How is he coming to us on a free if they terminated his contract?
I don't know.
Where have you? I have heard this linked. He ain't a free.
I heard it linked as a free.
Right. Let me.
Got that.
We're gonna pay for him.
We're gonna pay for him.
Oh no!
Look.
Have you read the article, Jake? I've let you do the homework for 1 week.
I read it.
He's not a free agent.
So it's a payment.
We're gonna pay for him.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't like that now.
I mean, I'm all for giving him a chance. If he comes in, fine. Awesome. But midfield's not really where I'm concerned with at the minute, unless Bannan goes.
That now puts a bit more spin on it then, doesn't it?
Oh, we're not replacing Barry Bannan with Bostock.
I think we might be.
Nah, mate. It's not happening. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Moving on.
I'd be interested to know how much we will pay for him and how much Donny will want.
I hope this is absolute crap because it... Let's just play Bannan, Luongo, Dele Basharu. Hutchinson can play midfield. I don't know. Unless Moore wants to bring in his own set of players. Right. This is a bit of a positive one. I didn't see this one come in. This one broke. We've got a new kit maker. So, Macron, not the edible Macrons. Don't eat your shirts. That's terrible.
Or the one that the person put in my thing, the French president.
Yeah, right, fair. So, Sheffield Wednesday, this is from the club website. Sheffield Wednesday are delighted to announce an exciting new long-term partnership with Italian technical sportswear provider Macron. I literally, when I said Italian off camera, I went like this. I just can't. Why? I don't know why. I don't know why. I just. Did you see how sharp the Italian manager looked?
You mean
I was like, I love that suit.
Going, yeah.
Yeah. It's the Italians in style, man. Macron will supply ours officials kit and training wear, with the deal commencing from the 1st of July 2021. The global sportswear brand has formed recent partnerships with some of Europe's leading clubs, including Lazio, Red Star Belgrade, Nice, and Real Sociedad, as well as a raft of clubs on these shores. Macron will supply acclaim kits for Scottish, Welsh, and Italian rugby teams, to name but a few. Yeah, you don't really see them in football over here, do you?
They also do Stoke Cities and Nottingham Forest.
All right, you do see them in football kits over here. I've just never really noticed them. To be fair, though, Nottingham Forest kit is like, oh, it's Nottingham Forest kit. Is it red?
Yeah. To be fair, I've seen Real Sociedad new kit for this season. It looks pretty tidy.
Yeah, I saw that going round about we should have this just in Wednesday colours. You've got to do a Wednesday kit, though. If Macron are coming in, don't make the first one be an absolute generic off the peg. This is our kit for Sheffield Wednesday now.
Yeah.
But we probably need a bit more of the money. That's why. And also, I think, weirdly, is this Chansiri listening to his staff and listening to the fact that the fans want it to be...
It is Chief Operating Officer Liam Doyley's.
Yeah,
remix.
As he says, we are thrilled to officially announce Macron as our new official technical kit partner. Macron are renowned for the design and quality of their kits, and we are really excited the striking new range for the 21-22 season. We are really pleased with the commitment of a long-term deal, which not only provides the club with a superior commercial package, but will also offer our supporters the highest quality replica kits for years to come. We would like to thank our current partners, Elevate, for the fantastic support over the past 4 seasons.
Well, you're not going to diss it, are you?
Thanks, Chansiri. We're looking forward to a long and successful partnership with Macron. The Owls will be wearing a pre-season training, travel and matchday Macron kit for our upcoming training camp in Wales and opening pre-season fixtures. The pre-season kit will not go on sale to supporters, but will be auctioned off at a later date to raise money for charities supported by SWFC and Macron. Please look out for more announcements on the new 2021-22 kit in the coming 2 years. Doesn't say that. It says in the coming weeks. So we might actually get a kit.
Tell why Wednesday are now selling kits off at like 70%.
Yes. Also, if Macron are making it, that might mean it goes back to other shops.
Yep. Well, looking at Forest and Stokes prices, Stokes are 48 quid a shirt. Forest are 50 quid a shirt.
If it's 48, 50 quid, I'll get it for the start of the season.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing that. I refused flat out to buy one of our kits at full price.
Yeah.
They were stupid. They were lovely kits. But also, as we said, probably the actual match fit ones are probably a bit more quality. But the one we got Big P on, right, the away kit this season was lovely. It looked amazing. And I thought when I put it on, it'd feel amazing. They're not good quality shirts.
No.
They don't feel great. They don't fit right. They make me feel like I've been packed into a packet of sausages. I don't appreciate it.
There's been a bit of mixed bag on Twitter with this. Some people have gone, yeah, great, new kit fonts, new kit maker, great, Elevate gone. I actually saw one on Facebook, which made me kind of giggle. Oh, Chansiri made up another company again, I see. No, this is real.
That's what. Why do you go in those Facebook groups, man? You've sent me some of the stuff that's in there.
Oh, it's mental. To give me giggles.
Right, I'm not having a pop at everybody in there because I know there's some people in there that are genuinely quite like. But like, if you ever want to see the hilarity of some Sheffield Wednesday fans, from what you sent me from those groups, it's in there.
Yeah. Well, I think he's listening. You look at ticket prices.
I do get that feeling. You
look at ticket prices. You look at kits. Maybe he's listening, having people help him a little bit more, and taking a step back. Because a couple of seasons ago, we wouldn't have let someone do that deal.
No, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it, and I'm looking forward to seeing the new kit. So, moving on. Wednesday. Go on, then. Go on, Punk. You take this. I have no idea what this is.
So Wednesday are looking at Dennis Adrian, 22-year-old who's from Everton.
And stop. Adeniran,
Adeniran.
I think. And carry on.
Dennis.
I look like such a git to anybody who doesn't watch this podcast, right?
He's helping
because they don't get this is the joke. This is the on-running joke. I just look like an absolute. Carry on, mate.
It's thought that while Adrian is a player that Dynamo considering, however, there is interest from both Championship and other League One clubs. The young midfielder man likely to end up second tier following a number of good performances while on loan with Wycombe Wanderers last season. Now, the interesting thing with the Wycombe Wanderers thing, he could potentially go back to being a Championship player straight away.
Yeah, that's annoyed quite a lot of Derby fans. The fact that the fixtures
I haven't actually put that in, but shall we mention the whole situation a little bit?
Yeah, so Derby could be relegated because the EFL want to relegate them this season. And I think it's because, and they're saying, well, what about Sheffield Wednesday? They had their things after the next season. But the way Derby egregiously tried to pull the wool over the EFL's eyes, we didn't try and do that.
No.
That's why we won our appeal.
Yep.
And that's why they didn't push it afterwards. Whereas with Derby, they legitimately tried to pull the wool over the EFL's eyes.
Yeah.
And now they have gone, no, we want to relegate you. We want this to be, you should have had this at the start of the season when Wednesday did. And I do feel for the fans there because it's the fans that always suffer, but I can't really say I feel too, well, I do. I get the fan kinship sort of thing, but like, obviously we've had it. We got relegated because of it.
It's going to make their celebration against us look a bit silly.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I've seen a lot of fans going, oh, look at this, they've only been getting these fines and stuff, and we got hit. It's like, I think they're going to the same panel I've went to now, because it's out of the EFL hands, so it's now with that panel. So we'll see what happens. But Wycombe could potentially, and rightly so, be a Championship club again before the season starts.
Yep, and he made 21 appearances for them last season. He's only 22.
Yeah.
He's come through the Fulham Academy and then went to Everton. So
you got a FIFA card for him.
Do you want a FIFA card for him?
Go
I
on.
can't imagine it's amazing.
I'm surprised you didn't do one for John Bostock.
No comment. He doesn't. Does he even have one? He doesn't have a card, but he's in the game.
Right.
He's EA Sports. He's in the game. He's on So FIFA though, and he's 63 overall with a 72 potential, which means you can probably pump him full of steroids and get him past that actually with the new system. So not too bad on FIFA actually. He'll be one that grows, but I don't, for a 21-year-old, I never like 60s. I like high 60s rather than that. But League One build, if we got him, that would be pretty decent.
Yeah.
I'm constantly thinking about the career mode because I'm actually looking forward to it. The one thing about us getting relegated is I do like the fact that yeah.
He may even start doing it on Twitch again.
Shut up.
I'm being mean.
I don't have time to do this podcast. When do I have time to go on Twitch? Right, well, please do. Yeah, please do go follow me at Twitch, twitch.tv/dexteritybox. And eventually I'll start to bring the videos back over on there. But yeah, it was nice though, because Twitch is a very different vibe. I've said that now, the podcast's getting demonetized. We did this sort of, it was a very sort of just laid back sort of, people that really were into the YouTube streams came over to Twitch, obviously. So you didn't just have the random YouTube sometimes just pulls people in because it's YouTube and it's the technically bigger platform. So it was nice to just have a chilled sort of evenings playing FIFA and doing that career mode there. I'm split on whether to do a YouTube career next year or do a Twitch career and edit it down again, because they are harder when I'm talking to the chat.
Yeah.
But also the chat put me off. I'm not the best at FIFA anyway. So
having to constantly look at the chat and go see what people are doing.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with Dennis Adeniran. is a young player and Darren Moore likes young players. That sounds creepy.
I was going to say, before we get a lawsuit, can we move on?
Adriano Basso joins the Owls as a goalkeeper coach. Wednesday are pleased to announce Adriano Basso is our new first-team goalkeeper coach. The vastly experienced former shot stopper joins the Owls, having previously held coaching roles with Hartlepool, Nuneaton, Grantham, Bury and Barnsley. Nicky Weaver will resume his coaching role with the academy, overseeing the under-23 goalkeepers. Basso enjoyed a 20-year playing career that began in his native Brazil before representing a number of clubs in England, including Woking, Hull, Bristol City, where he earned a cult hero status. The new Owls coach said, "I'm very delighted to have the opportunity to come here. It's a great club with great staff and great people, and I'm very happy to come to such a big club." Hey, that's the wrong word.
Massive.
Wrong word. It's important, and so is the challenge and the importance to succeed. The club have a lot of history and we want to create a new history with a new chapter. I've met the goalkeepers and they're all very nice guys, very humble people and willing to work hard. They better bloody work hard. I have spoken to them about what we're going to do and what we're going to achieve, and they are looking forward to it. So they're staying then.
Sounds like it.
I would like to retract some of our earlier thinking in a way. It's still valid for what we saw, but I must say, and I will say this, what we didn't consider that maybe the coaching of the goalkeepers is the problem.
Yeah, didn't even cross my mind, to be fair.
I think that comes in with the fact that Wes wouldn't necessarily suffer from that too much because he was already a class goalkeeper. Whereas these younger lads, they're going to benefit more from the coaches.
We got to remember, we never replaced Andy Rhodes.
No, a lot of people are saying, "Oh yeah, well Andy Rhodes wasn't that good." Well,
he was there for a very long time and did very well with a lot of good keepers.
Yeah, I think we possibly, I will possibly reserve judgment on the keepers until I've seen him under new coaching, because people say, "Well, why is Nicky? We love Nicky Weaver. Why has he gone back down?" He was already moved, and he came back through, and we had a goalkeeper coach for a while. Something needs to be done with these younger keepers if we're going to keep them on and develop them. So I think this is probably the best way to go about it, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a sign that Darren Moore's getting his house in order and knowing what he wants, and it's another sign of Chansiri letting him have what he wants. Come on, how long did it take Gary Monk to get what he wanted? And get his coaching task? So, all in all, I believe this is a good sign for us. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, we're still in the market for a goalkeeper either way.
For some reason, you've just mentioned the words Gary Monk, and for some reason, I just pictured Caboodlefish shivering in a corner somewhere at the mention of you mentioning his name. I don't know why, but I think that's probably what had happened.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So, hi Andy, how are you doing? Let's go into the fixtures.
Yep.
So, the fixtures have been announced. They've when I put the breakout out for New You, the Papa John's trophy. Do we get discounted pizza? I've not got a Papa John's near me.
I haven't either.
So why are we even in a trophy if we can't benefit from the pizza? I've got a Domino's up the road.
Ditto.
Domino's, why haven't you got the trophy? You've just got a really annoying advert, which makes me not want to buy your pizza again. We are, what I was saying there, we are in a group with the Newcastle under-21s in that trophy, which is exactly what you want. And we're also in there with Mansfield and, is it Harrogate?
Harrogate, yeah.
You look at how the mighty have fallen, and we weren't ever even that mighty. So we start the season
down south,
London, playing Charlton, who have got an unnecessary level of hate for us apparently as well. They're another club that have got an unnecessary level of hate for us.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. Sometimes there's something we've cracked in the cornflakes somewhere.
The hate for Charlton is because they thought we should have been relegated the season they got relegated due to the points
Well,
they
on the 7th of August at 3 o'clock, they're going to get to batter us because we won't have any players. So it's fine. I couldn't get away with the certain family ties of Huddersfield fans. I thought I'd get a season without that, and we've drawn them in the first round of the Cup.
Yep.
Wonderful. And then we played Donny on the 14th of August.
It's going to be so... Oh, dear. It's a tough start, I think, personally.
We've got to go. Should we meet in person for the first ever time at Donny?
Oh, that might be a good idea. If we're allowed.
That's a good point.
Because everything going a bit, less we talk about, that the better.
Yeah. Then it's Fleetwood. Then it's Rotherham. Some big fixtures. So big fixtures in August.
2 South Yorkshire derbies on the trot. And then if you look in February, it's the same again right near the end, but in reverse.
Then we got Sunderland on the 4th.
Yep. Plymouth away.
I'm just looking at the fixtures because everybody needs to know when that one is. We're playing Accrington Stanley on the 18th of December, just because you were. Who are
they?
Really. Bolton, 9th of April. That's annoying. My sister's just about to move from Bolton. I could have gone. I could wish she won't be there in April. God damn it. I could have been like, I'm getting drunk and crashing on your sofa. Yeah. And the last day of the season is Portsmouth.
Yeah. Could be interesting depending on what happens. You look at that though, there's us, the Charlton, there's Sunderland, there's
Franchise FC.
Yeah, Wigan. Ipswich. A lot of good teams in this thing. Bolton, who might look
Plymouth,
really good.
Jeff. We can finally see Jeff Cott in the flesh.
Jeff Cott, yeah. And he just signed a new deal as well.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Why the hell haven't we put that in? How many times have we talked about Jeff Cott?
I think he just signed a new deal and ran low going, it's really good to beat off the likes of Wednesday and other teams that were looking at him. I was like, God, play Burton again. Shrewsbury Town, Morecambe.
I don't enjoy being a Sheffield Wednesday fan. I mean, it'd be nice to see us start winning, but what if we struggle in this league?
Well, we have said that we don't think we're going to automatically go back up. We think this will be a season where we struggle, and then next season it might be the season we push on because there's a lot of players. There's a lot of clubs in the same position though where they need a lot of players, and it's going to be who gel quicker.
I get you.
Because like Ipswich have got a lot coming in, and Ipswich tonight have got Ed Sheeran playing tonight because he sponsors the kit and everything.
This is a very weird world.
Yep.
We'll have to see what happens. They're the fixtures. I'm not doing a breakout on the fixtures, but there's the fixtures. We've not told you them all. They're clubs that they're not in the Championship where we should be without a points deduction. So, yeah, it's some fixtures. Oh, I'm just looking at this and I'm like, some of these are going to be so difficult for me. Please put them all on the telly, make my life easier.
Like, you see, February is just insane. Oxford is insane. October's insane.
Oh, when's that Cambridge one?
19th away.
That's a Tuesday night, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
My mate lives in Cambridge. He's moved to Cambridge.
You're just going through your head of who you know around the country you can crash on sofas.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I might need some help with the away tickets as well. Because I'm at this point now where I don't know whether I want a season ticket next year.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go to as much as possible. but we might not be back in stadiums, and I don't want to drop a load of money.
This is the thing, because...
Especially because we know we don't get it back from the club.
You don't say.
You know?
Yeah.
So... Yeah, if you are a talk, I might need some assistance on certain tickets with Talking Wednesday audience. So,
and all the players are back in training today. One of them that somebody spotted was Julian Berner, who was there.
No, it was you said it right first time.
Yeah! Oh, damn
it! Yeah, Berner. People. He's still there, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's still around. We'll see what happens. But remember, contracts expire very shortly, as in this week.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens after the dust has settled. But that's all I've got for this episode of Talking Wednesday.
Yep, same.
Anything more from yourself, sir?
Just look after yourselves and just don't be mental. That's all I can think of.
Oh, wow. It's a hot week, isn't it, mate? Our brains have gone. But yes, take care of yourselves, guys. Not missing an episode for as long as possible. It nearly happened, but there's been a lot to talk about. Please leave us nice reviews. Do all those things. Make sure you like the video. And for the love of God, subscribe.
Yes.
Subscribe if you're on YouTube. So many people don't press that red button. Press that red button.
Right.
There's also a bell.
If you want Added to subscribe, if he gets to 5K by Christmas, he has to have a quiz.
Stop, because if I go on tour, I really can't be asked to grow this hair out again. Like, I kind of like...
I know what it's like growing long hair.
Yeah. Right, anyway, that's it for this episode of Talking Wednesday. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.